Hey, my lovely friends. Today I'd like to kick off this lesson with the word prescient. It is one of my favorite adjectives in the English language. A prescient person, idea, or even a warning tells you something important about the future before certain events have taken place, because that person who's sharing this information with you has a deep insight into the situation. They're very knowledgeable, and I believe Edward was a prescient scholar. You might disagree with me on that, and that's fine, but today let's learn more words.
But no self-determination. And I would have settled for self-determination as the goal, but it's not specified in that.
Yeah, but I mean, here is the other argument being made, and I hear you on that. And let me just talk about Arafat for a second.
Right.
You called him in '83 a man of audacity and vision.
You called Arafat, the Palestinian leader at the time, a man of vision and audacity. So let's talk about the word audacity, which means bravery. When you say he is a man of vision and audacity, you are giving that leader a compliment. But be careful of this word, because in a different context, it could be used in a negative way. For instance, if you said the audacity of that guy to make that rude remark, you would be criticizing them. Okay, so that is overconfidence. It is being brazen. Another good word to learn here is gall, the gall of blah, 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 which is a bit more informal. So let's pronounce it together, audacity, and the adjective is audacious.
Follow that in '86, tragic and fascinating figure. In '88, you said he secured a place in Palestinian history. And then in '93, you say foolish man who misunderstands his own people.
Right.
And that the autocracy, the profligacy, and the corruption and
Okay, so the next word of the lesson is profligacy. Let me see if I can get the spelling right. All right, here we go. Profligacy is the situation where a lot of money is wasted, usually by the government or a governing body. Let's pronounce it profligacy. So if you wanted to criticize the government because they squandered, meaning wasted, the revenue, you could use this word profligacy.
the stupidity were all there for you to understand, and nobody was able and willing to speak
No,
to
that's
it.
not true. A lot of people spoke it, including myself.
And this is, I think, a great quality of a scholar to say, you know, I am not the only person who spoke up. There were other dissenters from a different video lesson that also raised these issues. So I really appreciate that characteristic.
I mean, there was a constant, of course, on the major issues, up until 1988, when we, and I was a member of the National Council, and I was one of the drafters of the thing that recognized Israel and so on and so forth, said we have to have two states.
Right.
He was part of the national consensus. It's after that that the change occurs. I mean, people change, sure. I mean, I'm not saying he still is a tragic figure. He still is a fascinating man. He's one of the.
He still has a place in the history of
Palestine. Of course, I mean, and that's what I said. I mean,
But
he brought us to this point. But my point right now is that he should resign. He's done what he can do. There is nothing. He is unreformable.
He is unreformable. To reform is to correct someone or something, like a system. But when you say he is unreformable, you mean that there's no way he could change his mindset or his behavior. Another more advanced word that you may want to learn is incorrigible. Incorrigible.
He's never lived in a civil society. I mean, our new needs are to try to construct, in spite of the obstacles of the current situation, the lack of money, the chaos, etc., etc., the years of occupation, you need a new set of goals, right? And he's incapable of providing them. That's what I'm saying.
And the argument is made, though, that he is still the one figure in which more Palestinians, both inside and outside, would you prefer to be Palestine, now the West Bank,
Right.
More
For the
United
time
States.
being.
He's the one figure that everybody can rally around.
Well, for the time being. But he is not, I don't think, the man. Mark my words. I mean, I'm not a prophet.
Mark my words means remember these important words or this idea that I'm about to share with you.
I mean, my feeling is that he's now at the end of his tether. He is
at the end of his tether. This is the end of the road for him. I hope you've learned at least one new word with my video lesson. Catch you in the